The idea came about of, asking the question first, how can we get more technology within the humanities social studies curriculum? How can we get more higher level learning occurring? Sphero came along and that kind of answered some of the questions for me. First, we had high engagement from the students. They were very interested in using the Spheros. So we started out by researching the Chariot and what its impact was on history. Once the Chariot came about, how did it change history? Then we moved on to the project phase after that research project was submitted, and students were broken into teams. They had to design and build their Chariot. It had a couple things. It had to be 2 wheels. All the chariots were having to be able to hold or carry or pull a water bottle containing 2 ounces of water. And then we set it up into 2 kind of trials. The first was a time trial, which we tested the fastest chariot. And then the second was a racetrack in which they competed against the other chariots and tested their design. All along the way, they could modify and test in between, making changes where needed. So what we had here is a lot of great things going on. First, problem-solving skills. Working to solve any problems they may come across with their designs. In fact, the winning chariot had 7 different designs, the winning team, before they got to their final winning chariot. They never gave up. Collaboration. They had to work together. They had to write journals every day and reflect on what they did and how this worked and how they worked with their team. So you had a lot of things coming together, which made it a very interesting and worthwhile project. It's all because of Mahindra and what you guys did. So we really appreciate that, and we say thank you from the bottom of our hearts very much.
Come on,
Julia! A good one.
Go, Jacob! Let's run! Let's go, Jake! Julia! Let's go, Jake!
Here we go.
Let's go, Jake! Julia! Go, Jacob! Yes! Come here!
Keep going.
He's not moving. Push him up, Jake. Nice. Go, Jake. Go, 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 go. Stop.
On your marks, get set, go. Oh, we got caught up there.
Take your time.
We got caught up. Here they go.
Something I found interesting about the project was like how we got to build our own chariots and like lay out like the blueprints and like do what we wanted to do. Like there was no like restrictions. Like we could kind of just express ourselves like in a way that we could just put it out there.
During the project, I found it really interesting to like be on my feet constantly because I always had to like kind of edit my chariot to make it better and make it the best it can be.
Something I found really interesting about the Chariot project was when we ran into problems, we had to come up with a better solution because it won't work then. But I was just thinking about like the actual like companies there are, that they have to solve their problem as soon as like they figure out they have a problem, because they also have to, they probably have a due date by when they need this object manufactured by.
Well, I thought that working together as a team to create this chariot with only Mr. Harnish's model was pretty amazing. I mean, me and Maya had to come together, and even though we had different ideas, we struggled sometimes, we still came together and, well, made our chariot.
Thank you, Mahendra.
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 Thank you, Mahindra.